Hey everyone, today on People Now, have Gayle King and Snoop Dogg made up for good?
I think looking inward is a big deal.
I'm with Zoe Kravitz and the cast of High Fidelity at the New York premiere.
Harry and Meghan lay off their London staff and they make a surprise visit to a university that has royal watchers buzzing. It's all in our royal record.
Stranger Things Season 4 teaser has dropped. We have some thoughts.
Happy Valentine's Day. We are celebrating love with the story of a couple who've been married for 70 years.
Plus, they are truly global sensations. CNCO is here telling us all about their new music and their upcoming tour.
It's all live today on People Now. Let's go. Hey guys, happy Friday and happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yes,
we
happy
made
day
it.
of love. It's the day that I scroll on Instagram and learn about new couples that I didn't know existed. Honestly.
Actually, it did happen, even some celebs over the past few hours. Maybe we'll get into some of that a little later. Here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. All is forgiven between Gayle King and Snoop Dogg. The CBS anchor has accepted the rapper's apology after he publicly criticized her for asking about the Kobe Bryant rape case during an interview she did with WNBA star Lisa Leslie. In a statement to the Associated Press, King says that she understands, quote, the raw emotions caused by this tragic loss. She then adds that she, too, was sorry for adding to the distress that fans felt after Bryant's death. In the statement, she continues to say, as a journalist, it's sometimes challenging to balance doing my job with the emotions and feelings during difficult times. I don't always get it perfect, but I'm constantly striving to do it with compassion and integrity. Snoop apologized to King in a video shared to his Instagram on Wednesday. In the video, he expressed regret for tearing her down and for responding in what he called a derogatory manner. In the video, he admitted that he overreacted and that, quote, it's okay to man up and say that you're wrong. King received significant support following the intense backlash, the hashtag #IStandWithGayle, even quickly spreading across social media, various celebrities rallying around her, like Amy Schumer, who said in part, I stand fiercely with Gayle. MSNBC analyst Karine Jean-Pierre wrote on Twitter, when you are a black woman in this country, you feel threatened, and many times people don't stand up for you. That tweet was shared by both Mia Farrow and Kathy Griffin. New Jersey Senator Cory Booker also supporting King on Twitter, calling for any threats against her to stop. Now, this whole controversy began after a video emerged on Twitter of Gayle King asking Leslie during that CBS This Morning interview if she found Bryant's legacy complicated due to a 2003 sexual assault charge against him that was later dropped. King first addressed the backlash in an Instagram video, saying she was mortified and embarrassed, but explained that the clip was posted without her knowledge and totally taken out of context. We're, of course, happy to see these two are on better terms. Love's in the air, even for them. Let's move on to this. People can confirm that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have laid off their 15-member London staff. The Daily Mail were the first to report the news and revealed the staff were told in person in January. The Daily Mail also reporting that some staff members may be hired back in other roles by the royal family. Now, since stepping down as senior members of the royal family, the couple have been living in British Columbia, Canada. It is unclear where they plan to settle down permanently with their 9-month-old son, Archie. A source previously told People that they love Canada, but Harry and Meghan are also looking at a house or houses in LA. There you go, adding that they'll likely have houses in both places. Earlier this week, the duo were in California for a surprise visit to Stanford University. People confirmed that they were there to talk to professors about the new charitable foundation that they're launching. According to Today.com, the couple flew commercial from Canada and were greeted by the university's president. You guys, stick around. We'll have more Royals news in our Royal Record recap later on in the show. All right, Stranger Things fans, listen up. We have a big surprise for you. Take a look. Yes, that is David Harbour.
Is this the same show here?
Yes, it's the same show. Yes, they are back. And yes, this is a spoiler alert because we're about to talk about the new teaser for the newest season of Stranger Things. It's titled From Russia with Love. The teaser came from Netflix along with this statement from the Duffer Brothers, which reads in part, quotes, we're excited to officially confirm that production on Stranger Things 4 is now underway and even more excited to announce the return of Hopper. Hopper, of course, met his demise at the end of season 3, which left some fans devastated, some fans skeptical how the whole thing was going to play out. The Duffer Brothers go on to say that it's not all good news for, quote, our American, as Hopper is imprisoned in the snowy wasteland of Kamchatka, where he will face danger. what else is new there? I mean, that's the one thing that's consistent. You're right, though. The look of this, entirely
it gets me really
different.
excited.
Meanwhile, back at home, a new horror is surfacing. The Duffer Brothers promise that season 4 is, quote, shaping up to be the biggest and most frightening season yet, which they kind of have to say, but I feel like they actually are going to top themselves here.
I mean, the bar's really high.
Yeah, it
they
is.
keep doing better and better, so it's really exciting.
I like seeing him, though, with this new look and in this new environment. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. All right, let's move on to this. It is Valentine's Day. We've got a really sweet story to share with you today and for this weekend. It's from our friends at CBS 46 in Atlanta, Georgia. They talked to this sweet couple, Mitch and Betty Coombs, who recently celebrated their 70th wedding anniversary.
I love this. The couple met in 1949 in Westport, Indiana, while Betty was working as a waitress in her parents' restaurant and Mitch was passing through for work. A few days after they initially met, Mitch asked Betty out and then proposed just 6 months later.
For 15 years of their marriage, Mitch traveled a lot for work, and they explained how they were able to make the distance between them work at that time.
He'd leave Monday morning, come back on Friday evening, and I had the kids, but it all worked out good. Communication, keep it open.
I made sure every night that I called her and reported in, tell her where I was staying at, and get the news of the day.
And they traveled a lot together alongside their 4 children, and once Mitch retired in 1982, they made up for lost time. The two have since eaten every breakfast, lunch, and dinner together and haven't stopped traveling with one another. They even recently traveled to the Baltic Sea.
Betty shared the secret to their long-lasting bond.
The main thing is you have to be your own self. That's one thing, and we have pretty much done that. We haven't tried to run the other one's life. It's he did the things on his own, and I've done the things on my own.
And say yes a lot.
Yeah, he's still saying that.
Yeah, just say yes. He learned early, right?
Just agree.
Yeah, all right. Such a great story there.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely
really
love that. Happy Valentine's Day to them.
Yeah, so in honor of Valentine's Day, we want to know, how will you be spending the romantic holiday? Are you going out for dinner? Maybe you're low-key and cooking at home. Will you be hanging out with your friends? Valentine's, what? Or you might not have any plans at all, which is okay because it's a made-up holiday.
Oh, okay. And then even, wow. Somebody.
Vote in our people poll. No, I don't want people to feel bad.
No,
if
you're
they don't
right.
have
It
plans.
actually is a lot of undue pressure. Do whatever you want, and it's fine.
Yeah, all right, vote in our people poll. Tweet us your thoughts using the hashtag PeopleNow. We'll check in on that later. For now, I have more in Star Treks. We are kicking off Star Treks today with a little high fidelity. Take a look.
Okay, so here's how not to plan a career. 1, split up with boyfriend. 2, ditch college. 3, go to work in struggling record shop. 4, become owner of said record shop and stay there for the rest of life. And 5, well, there is no 5.
I am obsessed with this show. I was at the premiere of Hulu's High Fidelity, starring Zoe Kravitz. It's actually a TV remake of the movie, and Zoe steps into the role that John Cusack played. Her character, Rob, is trying to get over a major heartbreak. Her love life is in shambles. They just want to give her a hug. But Zoe has it together in real life, now happily married to Carl Glusman. So I asked her what advice she would give to her character in the show.
I think looking inward is a big deal. The show's kind of about someone, instead of looking outward to try and figure out what's wrong, looking inward and seeing, what she can do to change her life.
Yeah, and the cover art talks about breakups and how hard they are. How do you get over a breakup?
Time, weed, wine, and ice cream.
There you go, problem solved. Now, Zoe has some famous parents, Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz. Everyone is always talking about how cool they are, but I wanted to know, when is the time her parents embarrassed her?
They don't embarrass me so much anymore, but when I was a kid, basically everything they did embarrassed me.
Yeah, wait, like what?
Just the way they dressed and talked and act, but that's just because I was, uncomfortable having parents that were so different from everybody else.
Now, fun fact, Zoe's mom, Lisa Bonet, actually starred in the High Fidelity film, and her character is played by Thomas Doherty in the show. And it's actually an interesting, kind of weird twist of fate, so listen to Thomas explain it.
You're playing the character that Zoe's mom, Lisa Bonet, actually played in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, how cool is that connection?
It's incredibly cool. I mean, it's a bit intimidating because no one can be as cool as Lisa Bonet, obviously.
Yeah.
That's a fact. I mean. But no, it was really cool, and I loved her part, obviously, in the film. But because it's gender swapped, I play the equivalent of her character, and Zoe plays John Cusack, and her mum in the film hooks up with John Cusack,
Yeah.
and so I hook up with Zoe in the film. So it's a weird kind of not quite thing going on there.
Did you get to talk to Zoe about that and how kind of weird it was?
No, I made a couple of jokes about it, and she wasn't happy. She was like, "Shut up! Why are you saying that?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry."
Now, we also know Thomas is dating fellow actress Dove Cameron. They've been together for a while now, so how does he spark romance at this phase in their relationship?
I love, I think surprises. Surprises, big or small. I think that keeps it fun and like alive, and yeah, I'd say surprises.
Yeah, I
because
love
we're
it.
not like really extravagant. Like we don't spend loads of money on each other, and if we do, it'll be like going away on holiday or something. But yeah, just like little things every day.
Yeah. And I couldn't let the High Fidelity cast go without answering one burning question. See how Jake Lacy, Divine Joy Randolph, David H. Holmes, and Thomas Doherty answer how they get over a breakup.
Just cry loads.
Watch Lord of the Rings trilogy. I did that once.
Really?
Oh yeah, just locked myself in and just watched all the Lord of the Rings.
Therapy. Get drunk.
Like really blow it up. Like really go all out and make like such a mess.
Cry more.
Convince yourself that it's going well, and then really come to like acceptance of the wreckage you've created, and then move on.
And then listen to Little Mix's
Okay.
Shout Out to My Ex.
Yeah.
There you go. Shout out to my ex. I feel like those all work, those strategies.
It makes, I like the one, it's like therapy.
Therapy, yeah.
Get serious.
All right, moving on to this. Adele stepped out in LA on Wednesday looking incredible. The singer is seen here wearing black workout clothes, including a long sleeve top, leggings, and sneakers, paired with a Nike bucket hat. Now, earlier this week, Adele was photographed at an Oscars after party. A Polish TV host shared an Instagram photo showing Adele in a waist-cinching sequin leopard dress, rocking a new figure. A source at the party said Adele looked like herself, but also so different. Now, the singer has been following a strict diet and fitness routine. A source told People in January that her fitness routine consists of cross-training and full-body Pilates. Adele has been focused on staying healthy for herself and her 7-year-old son, Angelo, whom she shares with ex-husband Simon Konecki. A source tells People that for Adele, it's something bigger than just a physical transformation, adding that the singer got to the point where she didn't feel great. She knew she had to change something because she wants to be the healthiest mom possible. We say keep at it, Adele. All right, on to some baby news. Enrique Iglesias and Anna Kournikova shared these emotional pictures on Instagram Thursday, showing off their new baby girl. The couple welcomed their third child on January 30th. Enrique shared this photo of him holding his newborn daughter at the hospital and captioned it, "My sunshine." So sweet. The baby girl joins the couple's adorable 2-year-old twins, Nicholas and Lucy. After the twins were born, that's just adorable. Yeah. A source told People that Enrique and Anna had been keeping the pregnancy very, very undercover. The two have been together for nearly 2 decades, and they don't often open up about one another and share much about their personal lives. But in 2007, Enrique told People in Espanol that Anna would be an ideal and perfect mother. Very happy for them. Keep showing those baby pictures and then running towards the camera.
So cute.
Those are your Star Treks for today.
All right, stay with us. K-pop group Monsta X reveals the inspo behind their new album, All About Love. It's out now. Plus, Lucy Hale on why her new film, Fantasy Island, is actually the perfect Valentine's Day date. Stick around. All right, Prince William and Kate Middleton have been really busy recently, but they are all set for a well-deserved break from royal life. Here to give you all the details about what they will be up to and everything royal are our royal correspondent, Imogen Lloyd-Webber, and People's senior news editor, Erin Hill. Hello, ladies. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Erin, let's talk about this. Why have Prince William and Kate Middleton had this light week ahead? Any word on what they plan to do?
Yeah, they're taking a week off from royal duties for a very important reason. George and Charlotte are on a school break. So they're going to take the time off to spend time with the kids. In the past, they've gone to their country home in Anmer Hall. They've also gone skiing in the Swiss Alps. We know they love going to Mystique for a little, beach time. So
all incredible, and I love that they're now, like every parent can relate to, the school schedule now dictates all the rest of life, right? Yes. That's when we go on trips. Wednesday, Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, opened up about domestic violence and her personal connection to it. Really heartfelt and personal stuff here. Imogen, give us the details.
Yeah, she's been a passionate advocate for ending domestic violence in the UK as well as overseas for over a decade, and she's spoken very eloquently on the topic over the years. It's well worth having a look about it. After hosting a reception for the 15th anniversary of Safe Lives, a UK-based organisation dedicated to ending domestic abuse, she revealed that her own friends have suffered from domestic violence. And Camilla recently put a friend of hers who was worried about her daughter in touch with people who could help. So really close to home.
Yeah, close to home, and going out of her way to make that a cause that she's active in and helping others as well. So Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, let's talk about them a little bit. They made a surprise visit to Stanford University on Tuesday. Obviously a big deal. This comes after their appearance at that JP Morgan event in Miami last week that got a lot of headlines. A source telling us that the JP Morgan appearance was groundbreaking. Aaron, explain why it was groundbreaking and all of this is sort of new territory in the world of the royals.
And it's not unheard of for a royal to do a speaking engagement, but usually it's on behalf of a charity. So something like this is new territory. And also the fact that it's a private event. If it was a royal event, things would be carefully considered. Everything would be orchestrated from who sits where, to the timing of everything, to the place itself. And so this is definitely groundbreaking. And who's sitting at their table and what's going on and what are they saying, and it's also private, so it's groundbreaking.
It's in the world now of celebrity appearance instead of royal appearance, which is a different ballpark, obviously. The Queen has requested Harry and Meghan return to the UK for a special event. What information do we have about this one?
Yeah, so Meghan and Harry could be returning to the UK next month for their last round of official royal engagements. They'll probably bring Archie with them for their stay. Queen Elizabeth reportedly requested that they join the royal family for the annual Commonwealth service at Westminster Abbey on March the 9th. Following the appearance, the couple will return to Canada, where they're beginning to settle into their new non-royal life.
So kind of the last hurrah here in terms of official royal duty. In one of the more surprising royal collaborations, Prince Charles teaming up with a group of punk designers.
That's right.
For an eco fashion line. Nothing says an obvious pairing like Prince Charles and punk. Tell us about this eco fashion line and what's going on here.
Yeah, this is a British fashion brand called Vin & Omi, and they've actually partnered with Prince Charles before in the past. They have punk rock roots, and they're very kind of avant-garde. They do a lot with sustainable fashion. So they met Charles before, and he volunteered to send some of his garden waste from his Highgrove estate in Gloucestershire, and he sent them some nettle plants, hydrangeas, even horse clippings from his stable.
Oh, wow, okay.
Wood chippings, and they've turned it into these amazing designs, and he loves it.
He's just sending a bag of whatever comes to mind.
That's right. He's been, at the forefront of environmentalism, really outspoken of it since the 70s, so it makes sense in that way, but you definitely don't think of that.
We'll probably be wearing it in 30 years' time.
Yeah,
he is very avant-garde. He is ahead of his time, Charles. He's just never credited for it.
I just need some Prince Charles memes now with punk music set to just him doing normal things, and that's what he's got in his pods. Anyway, it's a fantasy of mine. Kate Middleton made a surprise farm visit in Northern Ireland. The visuals were adorable. We also learned something about Kate. Watch.
She likes snakes.
I do like snakes. What? And the internet went crazy. Royal watchers, of course, it turns into a headline. She loves snakes. All right, so what's she doing at the farm?
She was meeting with locals about her new mission in support of early childhood development, and Kate was given a tour of the farm in Newtown Woods before she spoke to local parents and grandparents about their experiences of raising young children. And as you saw, she kept her raw composure when she met a corn snake. However, it was rumoured that she wasn't keen on meeting said snake.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah, it just sort of happened and...
Kept her cool under pressure.
She's been a snake charmer.
She did, yeah, she did better than I would have done.
Me
All
too.
right, ladies, thank you so much. It's good to talk to you.
All right, Tan France and his husband Rob have been together for 12 years and are thriving. Now, recently, Tan gave Architectural Digest a tour of their home together and revealed that his husband will even leave him love notes by the coffee maker. So thoughtful. The Queer Eye star is not shy when it comes to opening up about how important it is to put effort into your relationship. But he did get a little bashful when our guest host, Madeline, and I asked him for details on how they show each other that they care.
Oh gosh, this is so cheesy, everyone. I'm so sorry.
I love it. He's really handsome.
He's
that
really
makes me
handsome.
smile.
Yeah, he's got body for days. But also he just tells me how beautiful I am every day. I'm sorry, you might find that so weird, but he does every day. He just tells me how much he loves me and everything he loves about me, and I do the same for him. And it's not something we said, oh, we should do this for each other. We just started doing it.
What does he say?
He'll just say, I think you're the most beautiful boy I
Oh, that's so sweet.
It is so.
He's so
It's moving. It is moving.
And so
it's those little things, though, that really do matter because,
Yeah.
I mean, especially, I don't know what your love language is. What you say on Queer Eye, I always love when you give relationship advice and you say that it's important to put in the effort.
Absolutely.
So you tell him things like that, but are there other things that you do to kind of show your love?
Yeah, it's something, again, that I've mentioned on the show. I make I know you think it's something inappropriate, but I make an effort. Like, I dress up for my husband, I shower, like I do my hair. I want him to know that I'm not just doing it for the people, that I'm actually doing it for him because I care for him and I want him to not stray.
I took that home watching. No, because he would go to the gym or do things. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not exhausted? He's like, no, but I want to look nice for my husband. I was like, that's amazing.
And 12 years on, like, I think that's how you keep a marriage alive.
I feel like I'm the opposite. I'm just like sweatpants.
As casual and unkempt as possible. And if you're okay with that, then we're good to go.
All right, now watch this.
You can't hold my heart no more.
K-pop sensations Monsta X have officially dropped their All About Love album, perfect timing, considering it's Valentine's Day if you hadn't heard. It's a first for the band. The entire album is in English, which is even more impressive considering there are 12 songs.
Yeah, the group stopped by our LA studios and filled us in on their inspiration behind the lovely new tracks.
You.
Me? Me? It's all about me. It's all about me. Yeah. Love is me. Yeah.
And our fans, our family, our friends.
Our pet. In my case, movie.
Movie?
Drama.
Oh, what kind of movie?
All about love.
All about love movie.
About love.
Yeah,
about time.
album.
About time.
About time. My favorite. About time.
Notable.
Notable.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun.
So far, I'm loving You Can't Hold My Heart. But they've got, it's an incredible album. Check it out if you haven't. All right, it may still be winter, but you can gear up for the warmer months to come with Magnolia Journal's Spring 2020 issue, which is available today and published by People's parent company, Meredith.
Magnolia Journal is a lifestyle magazine based on Chip and Joanna Gaines' powerhouse brand, Magnolia. In every issue, there's unique ideas for home projects and decor, tips for outdoor living and gardening, and ways to create memorable celebrations.
Also, I'm looking at a little article here about how to pack your suitcase properly, and I like it a lot. All right, this season's issue focuses on everything from having meaningful conversations with family and friends to recipes using fresh produce from your local farmer's market and how to design rooms with a purpose.
In a special note to the readers, Joanna shares some of the lessons that she's learned about business and how they helped her on a new and different career path. She writes, "Our life's purpose is not a one-stop arrival. It is worked out along the way. The journey itself is the most essential part because that's where the endless choices exist that lead us to where we're going and the story we're going to tell with our lives."
Meanwhile, Chip shares his own thoughts on being open to change. He writes in part, quote, "There's a good chance that some of us won't end up living out the thing that we think we are destined for. We can either say no thanks and keep trudging along, waiting for the part we believe is ours, or we can use the time we have on Earth to say yes to an even greater purpose, the one actually intended for us." Ooh, I like that.
Yes, and you can pick up a copy of Magnolia Journal's Spring 2020 issue today.
There it is.
The plane. It's here. This weekend, you will be our guests. Here, anything and everything is possible.
No service. It's not everything is possible.
Whoa, she's not impressed. The new Fantasy Island takes a dark twist on what used to be a classic TV series. Now, the movie's star, Lucy Hale, may have never seen the series, but she did tell us how much is different.
I was familiar with sort of the bones of the show and, you know, the people go to this island and their wildest dreams come true. But Blumhouse was like, nope, we're gonna make this dark and edgy and scary. But I actually haven't seen any of the original.
So for all of you couples out there that haven't decided on how to celebrate Valentine's Day yet, Lucy explained why Fantasy Island is the perfect date night movie. Really?
There's no better first date than a scary movie with someone because you're just like, you have to get close to them.
That's a good point.
You know, if you're looking to get lucky, go see Fantasy Island.
Oh, there's the pitch.
Yo, my PR is really happy with
Yeah,
me.
right. You're looking to get lucky. Yeah, you might get lucky. Who knows? Speaking of the perfect date night, Lucy recently opened up to Cosmo about how she tried to match with the one and only John Mayer on a dating app. It's true, they haven't connected yet, but she told us what it is about him that she likes so much.
He is so talented. Nobody can argue with that, right?
Correct.
Right. I don't know. He didn't.
No, I would think he would be amazing.
He didn't match with me, so.
Okay. Have you ever met him?
No.
Okay.
I'm a huge John Mayer fan.
Okay.
I'm so embarrassed.
I mean, maybe it's out there in the world. It's out there in the world. Maybe.
Maybe he just hasn't seen it yet.
That could be what it is.
Maybe he just hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would your, I guess, like ideal, first date?
Fantasy Island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like how bashful she got about that.
Right?
Lucy has also teamed up with #WhyIUD in order to bring awareness to women's health. She opened up about why this is so important to her.
I just think in the time we're at with women and women's health care and like knowing our rights, I wanted to get the conversation starting about like, it's so taboo to like talk about sex and birth control, especially IUDs, and I was like, no, like we should be having open conversations, especially you and I, about this. So just to inform women, to get like, encourage them to ask questions and have conversations with their doctors and to be the happiest and healthiest they can be.
Yo quiero tenerte a mi lado, ven pa' que bailemos pegados.
The little snippet there, you know who these guys are. And if you don't, you should. That was the latest single, Pagao, from the Latin American group CNCO. The global sensations have a lot in store for 2020. New music sometime this spring, new tour in May. And guess what? They're here with us live. It's great to see you guys.
How's it going?
Good.
Thanks for coming
being
back.
here.
Let's start with this. Eric, your birthday is January 3rd, but you just celebrated last night.
I know.
Yeah, so why the delay?
Yeah, it was a little delay, but I was super surprised. I was not expecting it.
Oh, yeah? Oh, total surprise.
Yeah,
We all kind of did something for our birthday, and he spent his birthday at his house, you know.
Okay.
So
we had a little vacation
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
He had with his family.
He was mad with
Here we go. Here's the video. Super Mario themed, by the way, which is incredible. What was if you had to say your favorite moment of the night that you're allowed to say and not ashamed to say right now, what would it be?
I think it's when the Mario left, like when the wind took the Mario.
Oh, really? The wind blew it away?
Blew it away.
The saddest moment of the night.
We had to run.
Yeah, that's funny.
Actually, after that, we went to play bowling. It was super cool.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Who got the craziest? I mean, it should have been
The birthday
you, the birthday boy, but.
Who got the craziest like party?
Yeah, at the party. No, at the party.
Oh, at the party.
Or at the after party.
Or the after party, whatever. Yeah.
I think Chris.
Yeah.
Well, Julie, your birthday is coming up, right?
Yeah.
So February 28th. So how are you planning on celebrating?
No idea.
Party.
Usually they just kind of like set something up. They usually set something up without me knowing, just like we did for every of the other guys. But yeah, whichever way.
We're gonna be in Miami, so it's gonna be cool.
Oh, you'll be in Miami on the birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Or do something.
Oh, you're gonna have
It's like
the
your life
best.
is just one consistent party. Not bad.
Let's talk about this. May 30th, you guys are hitting the road. The first leg of this 11-city tour. It's called Press Start.
Press Start.
What are you most pumped for fans to see with this? I know you can't spoil too much, but kind of give us a little taste.
I think the concept, because it was our idea, like the whole concept, and we want to see like how the people react, you know?
Yeah.
If see they like it.
We'll talk about that. The concept. What is the concept with it?
I think more than anything is more the experience than anything else. You know, I feel like we have so much dynamics between everything that we're doing. Since it's set up as a video game,
right?
We kind of just want them to really be a part of our world, you know, and have a lot of interaction with us and us actually like, you know, talk to them, maybe do something. I can't really spoil that much, but
okay, yeah.
But you know,
It has
we're
to do with
very
video games,
excited.
a whole bunch
Yeah.
of video games, so a whole bunch of cool visuals, different type of video games. Like for example, it could be like Fortnite and like FIFA,
Cool
and like
lighting.
racing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah.
So it's like a whole bunch of.
Yeah, and all the visuals that
Yeah,
we've seen
and it's
from
because
it.
you guys have this shared love of video games.
Yeah.
As we know from the party
Yeah.
and everything. I want to know of all of you, who's the most competitive when you play video games?
Competitive?
Competitive?
Yeah.
Competitive, I don't know, but that plays more. It's-
Oh, you play the most?
Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
What like, yo, let's go out. He's like, no, I'm playing Fortnite.
And then who plays the least? Who's kind of slacking when it comes to...
Maybe Eric or Richard.
Maybe Eric, yeah.
Or me too. I just play when I go to Miami.
Del que menos juega.
Que menos juega.
No,
yeah.
pero tú le sí le metes.
But I play weird games. Like,
Yeah.
But I play.
So it could be Rich though.
I don't know if this has been thought of. I feel like it must have been by now, but you guys creating a CNCO video game. I think it makes sense.
That's the whole kind of idea.
Is it? It actually really should be. I don't know if you're joking or not, but I feel like it could happen.
Yeah, kind of creating like that moment on stage. Like,
Yeah.
But we can't say that much.
Yeah, we can't say that much.
Okay.
Surprise. But
all right.
it's cool.
But we're gonna get some of the video game vibe. Okay. All right.
Upcoming album, so still underway. How do you describe the vibe? Is it more of a party vibe, more maybe love songs?
So it's like very versatile. We have a whole bunch of different genres on the album. This album we got to like write all of it like completely. So like it's to be for all different like ages, for different likes. Yeah, we're really happy that we got to be part of it. Like in the last two albums, we were a little bit part of it, but now since like it's just out of us, our stories, what we want to say, it's super cool.
I feel like it's got to feel good to get at that point where things are going so well that you're able to actually put your creative influence in there. But then that also comes with, okay, a lot of different opinions. We got 5 opinions.
We have 5.
So then there's conflict. There's got to be creative conflict. That's part of the process. How do you deal with that?
I mean, I think it's a good thing because we have so many good ideas. We just have to put it all together and ¿cómo se dice? Like ponernos de
Yeah,
acuerdo.
like,
Yeah, just like
sometimes-
kind of just glue it, because like
Yeah.
sometimes when we're in the studio, we have an extra writer, or the producer helps us kind of like glue all of our ideas together, you know. So it's super cool that we just get to explore, you know, and kind of share everybody's individual thought and experience and creative process, you know.
Yeah.
So we come from different places. And
That's cool.
What are some of your studio session must-haves? You have to have it.
water. Just have water.
Water, like
Stay
lights.
hydrated.
There has to be like a whole bunch of different
Tea,
lights. You have to
yeah.
like be
Dark
able to change the
lights.
vibe.
Oh.
Dark
Exactly.
vibe.
But like mood lighting,
Has to be a
right?
vibe.
The lights are important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It has to be moody. It has to
Yeah.
put you in a place that you're
Good vibe.
comfortable.
I like
Yeah.
that. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, the mood. I'm just trying to think.
envisioning it.
No, I'm a lighting guy. I'm a lighting guy too, right? It just
Yeah.
depends. Like sometimes you want it to
Fade
be
out.
like boom, bright like this, but sometimes it's like almost completely dark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
just really get broody and romantic.
Yeah,
More like
yeah.
intimate.
If you guys want me to join the group, let me know. I got some. All right, we got to talk about this. You recorded a song, My Boo, in Japanese, right?
My Boo.
Talk about that. It seems really impressive. How long did it take to learn, and who kind of took to it the most quickly? The
It
language.
took a little bit.
Yeah.
Took a little bit.
So it was Richard, Eric, and I that recorded it. It was challenging, but we really loved learning different languages. For instance, we went to Japan in September of 2018, and it was amazing. We never thought we'd have like that receivement, and being able to do a song for them is super cool. So like, it was something very special, and they liked it. Even the fans from Latin America liked it, and the English-speaking fans.
That's cool.
So
That's great.
it was awesome.
All right, for this next question, we have a little bit of a setup, so let's listen to this.
Put your hands up, now say, whoa, get ready, bam-a-lam.
All right, so Pitbull.
what?
Yeah, just a little, little Pitbull splash. Blake Shelton.
I was like, what?
You've toured with Pitbull before. Here's our link. Him and Blake Shelton kind of teamed up. I just want to know if you guys could collaborate with any artist from a different genre, who would it be?
I mean, after seeing this with any genre, with anyone,
Yeah,
that's
man.
great.
Yeah.
Country seems to be the place that
Yeah.
you end up getting like hip hop crossovers with country. You've got like that one.
Lil
like-
Nas would
you
be
got-
crazy.
oh yeah.
Like Little Nas or like
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know, anybody,
Yeah.
man. I
Anybody.
feel like
Yeah.
we're
I
just
mean,
down to
we've
create
done a whole
at
bunch
the
of
end
different.
the
We've
day.
done like songs with regional Mexican, and that's not
Yeah.
really what we sing. So like, we're really just open to do anything. At the end of the day, it's music, and we love to do it.
Yeah.
All right,
All right,
looking for
before you
more.
go, we're gonna play a little game in honor of Valentine's Day. We want to get into your mind and hearts. We're calling this one Straight to the Heart. You ready?
Straight to the
All right.
Oh my God.
So we have this jar. You're gonna pull a love-related question and give your honest answer.
On the spot. Be
There we
real,
go.
guys. Be real.
All right.
Oh my God.
Read it out loud.
Do you believe in love and at first sight? I do. I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Get this right.
Okay. Yeah, the answer is yes. Maybe it'll happen one day. It hasn't yet. All right.
Yeah.
This one says, "What's the top quality you look for in a significant other?" That she's always genuine, and she just like doesn't really care what other people think. She's just being herself, not trying to like really like impress other people. Just being yourself.
Perfect.
Good one. All right.
This one say, who is your celebrity crush? This one is too easy for me. Selena Gomez.
Ah. Good choice.
Mine says, have you ever slid into someone's DM?
Hey.
Yeah.
Everybody erupted on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has it ever worked?
Yeah.
That's the real question. We'll talk about that after. We'll talk about that after. Last one.
Who's most likely to get married? I have to answer that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why are you looking like that? I don't know, honestly. Maybe Richard.
Yeah. See, most
Well,
likely.
hopeless romantic.
I'm a
Te
very
casaron
lovey-dovey
antes, compadre.
guy.
Love you too. Hey guys, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
It's always good to
you,
catch
man.
up with you. Really
Yeah, of course.
appreciate you being here. Tickets for the CNCO Press Start Tour are on sale now, and be sure to keep a lookout for their new album coming up this spring.
Yep.
Iman became one of the very first supermodels, appearing on dozens of covers. She was also a muse for designers like Yves Saint Laurent, Calvin Klein, and Donna Karan. Frustrated by the lack of options for women of color, she launched her own makeup company in 1994.
I could never find cosmetics for myself all the years I've modeled. So that was a natural progression because not only I was looking for one, but all women of skin of color were asking me the same things.
Iman Cosmetics was the first multicultural beauty brand. It's now worth over $25 million.
Iman has always been such an advocate. She's often held the fashion industry accountable and has never forgotten her Somali roots by continuously giving a voice to the country's children.
That's why we're honoring the supermodel in the latest episode of People and Katie Couric's #SeeHerStory, a weekly video series celebrating female trailblazers from the past 100 years.
To watch all of the #SeeHerStory episodes, head to people.com.
What did you think about the movie?
To be honest, I was a little distracted.
What?
So I kept running back in my mind how you might respond to me asking you for a drink after.
So that was you asking me? That was elaborate.
In my mind, it wasn't that forward. You know what I mean? It was more smoother than that.
Yeah, the photograph stars Issa Rae and Lakeith Stanfield. It's a movie about a woman learning from the secrets in her mother's past so she can move forward and allow herself to love and be loved. We are joined by Lakeith now. Thank you for being here. I love when you first saw that she popped up on screen. You were like, oh, Issa, I miss her.
Yeah. Well, I was just with her last night. We were at the premiere party, actually. But I do. She's cool.
What did you guys need to do to have that fire chemistry on screen? Was there like a pregame thing? Did you guys hang out? I don't know.
I think we just trusted each other, you know. That's a big thing. It's just, you gotta have trust and you gotta feel like you're in good hands so when you throw something, you can catch it.
You've had some incredible movies that have come your way that you've been a part of. I would imagine that you're very particular about what you decide to be a part of. And it seems like you're in a position where people want you involved. What was it about this that you said, yep, I gotta do it?
I was hungry. No, I'm just kidding.
Starving, had to pay some bills.
No, you know, it's a great love story that was written by Stella, and the words really stuck out to me. And I realized I'd be working with Issa, which was another nice draw there. And I'd be playing with the themes of love that were mirroring what I was experiencing in my real life. So it just seemed like it made sense.
You said to our producer that people can expect some spice. It's gonna be a little hot, a little steamy at times. What do you mean by that? Like, explain what we're gonna get when we watch.
You know, steam, kissing, touching, you know, a little bit, you know, here and there. Some nice stuff in there for all of us lovers out there.
Okay, and I like you said, you just mentioned that it in some ways paralleled what you're actually going through in your life.
My life is very steamy.
Okay, well, that's where I was going.
No.
Are you a smooth guy when it comes to the opening line and that kind of situation?
I don't know. Smooth is just, I guess, confident. I mean, I'm not really trepidatious about it, so I imagine that's kind of comes off as smoothish.
People know who you are, right? How much has life changed when you think about like that type of thing?
I've had some women come up to me and engage in very weird, atypical behavior.
What do you mean?
They believe that that's what I'm like, or that's what I'll be receptive to, when oftentimes it's actually the opposite. But they'll come up and just be like, do some random stuff in hopes that it might swoon me or knock me off my feet.
Note to self, ladies, none of this business anymore.
I implore you, do what you must, but I might run.
And here you had a lot of fun in New Orleans. Right? That's where you guys were shooting?
Mm-hmm.
I heard that you guys would walk around with masks on, maybe so you wouldn't be recognized. Is that right?
That's what I did, yeah.
Like what kind of mask? What do you mean?
It was like, you know, one of those like things.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I had to because I tried to just walk down normally, but people kept running up to me.
Yeah. That makes sense. When people do that,
doing freaky stuff.
Oh, doing all the stuff, trying to woo you. All right, you're also part of Knives Out. We hear you were invited to some epic house parties thrown by Daniel Craig.
Yeah. He had a cool little celebration at his house.
Okay.
It was cool. It was as big as you would imagine. I was looking for secret compartments and things, but there weren't.
It turns out just like a regular house.
Yeah.
Okay, so you play Darius in Atlanta. Critics love it, fans love it. Third season has been delayed. But if you could give a little tease to where we're going.
A reflection of the world we live in, really, you know. I think a lot of stuff's been going on, a lot of craziness, and we'll find a way to help you laugh through it, hopefully. And, yeah, I'm curious to see myself exactly where everything's going.
Let's talk about this, an untitled project you're working on about black activist Fred Hampton.
Yeah, he's Chairman Fred Hampton is more, you gotta say chairman.
Chairman Fred Hampton, yeah.
I had to learn that from his son, who was on
Oh, really?
set.
Okay.
But Fred Hampton is so much to encapsulate, to say in words is almost not even adequate enough. He fought and charged in the lead of fighting for us and our love and our rights and our ability to live in a country that didn't always respect and accept and sometimes still doesn't that very thing.
You ready for a little game that we are super pumped for? It's a segment we're calling Co-Star Confessions. And we're gonna ask you a question. We want you to pick a co-star that it fits with. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Most likely to kind of get the giggles and require a lot of takes during filming.
I don't want to say requires a lot of takes, but he's gonna get giggles a little real.
Okay. And that just happens over and over.
Yeah.
Worst dancer.
Me?
I saw your moves at least on Fallon. And I think that's definitely, you're not the worst dancer.
Well, thank you.
Clearly not a morning person. Who would it be?
I don't know. Maybe Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, okay. Who has the messiest trailer?
Me.
How's Issa Rae's trailer compared to yours?
Bigger.
Okay. Somebody was doing some work on her team. Last one. Who's always singing on set?
Donald.
Of course.
Beautifully, and I might add.
It's really good to talk to you, man. I appreciate
Pleasure.
it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Guys, you can catch The Keith in The Photograph when it releases in theaters on Valentine's Day. Check it out.
All right, we are taking a look at our question of the day. We've been asking you about your plans for Valentine's Day. Or as one of our old producers said, Valentine's Day.
Which deserves a lot of ridicule.
Some people say Valentine's, okay?
Yeah.
Looks like, nothing at all.
People like to just chill. I honestly feel like the most low-key vibe is the best vibe for Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Does my wife agree? We'll find out.
Do you have something planned?
A little bit.
Okay.
We have made an agreement that we're not doing anything big for Valentine's
Yeah.
Day, but I have been in the game long enough to know
that
something will be done by me to be given to her. Some flowers, perhaps. Coming up next week, we're joined live by Kelly Ripa, who is sharing the health and wellness changes that she's making as she prepares to turn 50.
Plus, Carly Pierce will also be here live telling us all about her new self-titled album. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from the star of Lincoln Rhyme, Hunt for the Bone Collector. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Russell Hornsby, and this is One Last Thing. So the last show I binge watched was The Morning Show with Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Aniston, and Billy Crudup, and Steve Carell. Yeah, 2 days, 3 days. Early in the morning, late at night when the kids were sleeping.
Your words spoke to America.
The last song I listened to on repeat, this morning, as a matter of fact, Baby Shark. It just, I got 2 kids, 4 and 2, and it just keeps going. Last date night was my wife's birthday, August 26th. No, sorry, August 25th. She's still my wife, I love her. Denise, I love you, baby.